Good morning, students. Let's begin with the revision video lecture part 3 from the poem How to Tell Wild Animals, written by Carolyn Wells, a female poet. Before starting with this poem, I would like to clarify before you the answers of the self assessment questions from the previous poem. That were: who hears the last voice at night? The answer is tiger. The last voice that he hears is that of dash. The answer will be patrolling cars. What does he stare with his brilliant eyes? The answer will be stars. And the last question: what message does the poem convey? The poet exhibits the miserable life led by the animals in the zoo. According to the poet, animals should not be caged. They should be let free in the wild. Even they have a right to remain free. They should not be caged for our personal interests. So here I end with the self-assessment answers from the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. Now let's proceed further with this poem, How to Tell Wild Animals. Let's first read the poem. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you'll know it is the Asian lion. Or if sometime when roaming round a novel wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. The simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain, he'll only leap and leap again. If, when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he'll give you just one more caress. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might not plus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, 'tis the chameleon you see. Now, let's proceed ahead with the notes from this poem, How to Tell Wild Animals. How to Tell Wild Animals, written by Carolyn Wells, a female poet, an American writer and poet. Let's deal with the theme of the poem, means the central idea. The poem How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells revolves around the dangerous ways to identify the wild animals. The poet tries to distinguish one animal from the other in a humorous way. The poet suggests that it is very risky to be in such a close contact to these wild beasts. Children, beasts over here means animals. The poem is thus very educative as it tells us about various features of wild animals. Now, we'll proceed ahead with the tone of the poem. The poet treats even ferocious animals and beasts with a coat of gentle and weird humor. Therefore, the poem is really humorous and witty. This piece of literature is not only fun to read, but also gives a great deal of knowledge to the readers. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B A B C C. Now let's start with the explanation of the poem stanza wise. Number 1, stanza 1. If ever you should, till Asian lion. Let's go with the word meanings, children. Advance means to move forward towards anyone. Tawny means brownish yellow in color. And beast means a dangerous animal. Here is the explanation. The poet here cautions the readers against the wild animals found in the jungle. He says that If by chance you happen to go to any forest in the east, you are likely to encounter a huge and terrible animal moving forward towards you. You will notice that it is brownish yellow in color. And if that beast roars loudly at you and you feel that you are going to die due to fear, then you will come to know that it is the Asian lion. Now let's deal with stanza 2. Or if sometime when roaming round a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. The simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Here are the important word meanings from this stanza. Novel means over here very impressive in size. Ground means background, and discern means to identify. Let's deal with the explanation from this stanza. The poet says that it is very likely that while roaming in the forest, you are greeted by a wild beast. This wild animal is very impressive in size and his majestic body is covered with black stripes on a yellow hide. The poet cautions that if the readers notice this beast and that if he eats them, then the simple rule will teach them that it is a Bengal tiger. Now let's deal with the third stanza. That is, if strolling forth a beast you view, whose height with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain, he'll only leap and leap again. Let's go with the explanation from this stanza, children. The word meanings first. The word strolling over here means to walk somewhere in a slow, relaxed way. Forth means forwards. Hide means used in the form of noun, means animal skin. Peppered means covered with spots. And leapt means to jump high or a long way. Now let's deal with the explanation, children. Here is the explanation. The poet here helps the readers to identify a leopard. He says that if you happen to walk in the forest, you might encounter a beast with spots on his skin. When this wild beast will jump at you, you will understand that it is a leopard, as he will keep jumping on you and will tear you apart. Moreover, it will be of no use then to shout or cry with pain, because he will continue pouncing on you. So be careful and don't allow it to leap on you. Stanza 4. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he'll give you just one more guess. The important word meanings here, children. Yard means a piece of land next to or around your house. Cares means a gentle, loving touch. Now let's deal with the explanation of this stanza. The poet says that while you are walking in your yard, you may encounter a creature there. When this creature hugs you very, very tightly, then believe that it is a bear. Bears are thought to be good wrestlers and can give a really tight hug. Although a friendly hug is referred to as bear hug, if a real bear hugs you, then it may not feel friendly at all. The bear hugs a man to kill him. The poet further says that in case of any doubt, you will find that the bear will embrace you once again till death. Now, let's deal with stanza 5. That is, though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. So here, the important word meanings are: beast of prey means an animal, a bird, etc. that is hunted, killed or eaten by another. Novice means someone new to a job. Nonplus means be puzzled. And hyena, a wild animal like a dog that eats the meat of animals that are already dead and has a cry like human laugh. Now let's deal with the explanation here. The poet here says that a novice means a beginner may be puzzled and confused and thus might not be able to distinguish between the different wild animals. Hence, the poet helps to differentiate the crocodile from the hyena. He says that a hyena always laughs as it swallows its victim. A laughing hyena's voice resembles humans' laughing sound. A crocodile, on the other hand, is said to shed tears while eating its prey. The poet thus wants the readers to not wait for a hyena to laugh or for a crocodile to weep. So here I end this video lecture. In the next video lecture, I will continue with this poem. Thank you.